An introduction to isometrics. In 7 seconds you can develop new muscle tissue. That means in less than 4 hours a year you can develop a whole new body, adding anything from 12-25 pounds of muscle onto your frame while substantially reducing your body fat. A statement like that seems unrealistic. Fantastic, a figment of a delusional comic book writer explaining how a superhero became incredibly strong. I wouldn't blame you for thinking that. I, though the same, and I am approaching it from the cynicism of a seasoned fitness instructor and personal trainer. There is just one little, teeny tiny problem though. It's possible. It's a reality for thousands of people every day. And no, they're not on steroids or drugs or part of military experiment creating super soldiers. They are everyday people like you and me. They hold down 9-to-5 jobs and don't have time for exercise between the kids and mortgage payments. So how are they doing it? The answer is isometrics, and I am going to explain what isometrics is and how you can start doing it as you see the rest of this video. That's right. By the time you have finished this you will have completed 2 exercises, the first to trim and tone your waistline, the second to tone and firm your chest. Ready? Isometric abs. 1. Sit up tall and straight in your chair. 2. Breathe in deep and suck in your stomach as hard as you can. 3. Now tense your stomach hard as though bracing for a punch, still keeping it sucked in. 4. You feel that tightness, a slight quiver in the muscles? Good, that's the start. 5. Breath out tightly. You'll feel your abs getting tighter. 6. As you breathe out, crunch your abs really hard, rotating your pelvis upwards and your ribcage inwards. 7. Breathe all the way out. 8. Relax. How did that feel? If you did it right, it should feel great. Yours abs will be warm, worked, feel relaxed and slightly tired. Now do it again and repeat. Your abs will be tighter, firmer and more toned tomorrow morning than they are right now. Diligent practice of this one exercise will tighten and tone your stomach faster than 1,000 sit-ups. Now to give you something entertaining to read as you tighten and tone your stomach, here is the fascinating and scintillating science behind isometrics. Iso, meaning the same, and metric, meaning distance, is a method of tensing the muscles without moving the angle of the joint they are connected to. The abs exercise above is an example of this. So is pushing against an immovable object. Try as hard as you can, tense every ounce of muscle fiber against something that can't move, you'll feel you've done great workout, and in many ways you have. Back in the old school days of physical culture, the Victorian era's introduction to bodybuilding and strong men, isometrics was all the rage. Skinny, weak, sickly kids turned to tensing their muscles in a specific way and transformed themselves into well-toned living Greek statues, strong enough to press grown men over their heads with one arm. Their feats of strength astonished the men of the time, and women marveled at their physiques. Okay, they couldn't leap tall buildings in a single bound, or hold back a locomotive, but they could easily walk up walls, lift horse overhead, and in one demonstration lift a platform on top on which 10 men were standing. One such guy was Maxic. Maxic was a very weak child from birth and was not supposed to live. But he fought on and survived. A young Max once saw a strong man at the circus and determined to be as strong as the Greek hero Hercules, their equivalent of Superman. So little Max started lifting weights. Fortunately, his parents soon put an end to this, as he was too weak and fragile to take the strain. Still determined, Max began to experiment with his body, tensing his various muscles as hard as could and learning to control each one individually. Soon Max started to get stronger, more muscular. One day in his teens, Max went into a local gym, too young to join, he just watched. Then, on invitation from one of the chief physical culturists, an old school name for bodybuilders, tried to lift a weight. Of course they were expecting Max to fail and have a good laugh at his expense. Max outlifted the strong man. People were stunned. Max became a local celebrity in his hometown, demonstrating feats of unbelievable strength and muscle control. He could make his muscles jump and dance with a simple thought, and lift seemingly impossible weights. He traveled to England, where he developed a reputation as being incredibly strong. It was here he teamed up with fellow strongman Saldo and developed his isometric training system called Maxaldi. You didn't lift weights, you did isometric exercises where you tensed and relaxed your muscles, just like your abs. How are they doing, by the way? Pretty tired? Okay, give it a rest. Instead, let's try this one for the chest. Isometric hand press 1. Stand tall and straight 2. Hold your arms out in front of your chest 3. Make a slight bend at the elbow, creating a triangle from the wrist to the elbows 4. Press your palms together 5. As you do so, concentrate on making your chest as tight and hard as possible 6. After a few seconds you should feel your chest and arms shaking all over. This is the muscles tiring as they work really hard. This is Isometrics 7. Hold this position for 30 seconds 8. Slowly release. This is important. After intense contraction your body needs time to unwind. Now how does that feel? Repeat it 10 times as you scroll down. The Maxaldine system was an early whole-body isometric training system. His students got stunning results, and they weren't the only ones. Years later, a man named Charles Atlas achieved phenomenal fame as the world's most perfect man while promoting an isometric system he called dynamic tension. It's still around. However, time advances, people on the lookout for new fads move on, and isometrics was forgotten until recently. With a new fitness and physical culture renaissance approaching, people are turning back to the old methods. And science is discovering some amazing things. Like it only takes 7 seconds to stimulate new muscle growth. That said, there is one small detail: it has to be incredibly intense stimulus. Isometrics just happens to be the most intense exercise in the world, and in a little as 7 seconds you can completely exhaust your muscles. The wonderful thing is it does not matter what your current level of fitness is, because the force you generate while doing isometrics is in direct proportion to your current level. You can't really go too far. Isometrics is also incredibly safe because it does not require any weights, except at very advanced levels, making it ideal for rehabilitation, seniors and everyone else too busy to get to the gym. If you have followed the directions in this article, you will have just worked out 2 of the biggest muscle groups in the body, the chest and the core muscles of abs. In future articles I will explain a little more about some of the specific benefits of isometrics and give you some more exercises, as well as reveal how it blowtorches fat, and strengthen your digestion system, your internal organs, and even reverse the again process. For now, enjoy the feeling of a firm toned waist and a lean powerful chest. Practice these 2 techniques every second day and remember to breathe correctly. Thanks for watching.